Speaking at this podium is just like being at home. About 5 minutes after I'm done speaking, no one will remember a single word I've said. So instead, I'm going to ask you just to remember 3 words. Remember these 3 words, and you'll know everything that I'm about to say. Trust, generosity, and faith.
Meyer had a vision, and he made us all part of that vision.
Electric, full of energy, full of life. You know, he had a passion for what he was doing.
It felt like I had known him my whole life, that we had been together in a past life or something.
He had a way of getting to know you in a way that didn't feel intrusive. He had a way about getting to know you quickly and genuinely.
He had something in his personality where he wasn't loud and overbearing, whether it was in a small group or large. He commanded respect.
But his biggest joy was to sit back and look around and see what he had done and see a room full of people and legacies and to know that the Jewish community is going to flourish.
It was in his blood to be able to do these things, and he just loved doing them.
Meyer took the Dallas Jewish Community Foundation to the next level. When he came in, the foundation was around $80 million. We're now over $300 million and granting over $20 million a year to the community and beyond.
That's the beauty of what Meyer did. He actually led us in a direction to where we have the opportunity to continue to grow the foundation.
You know, Meyer was an innovator, so he had the ability to create programs and processes such as, you know, the Funders File, the Unsung Hero process and program, the First Responders program that he was, you know, involved in. And he was really always looking for ways to really contribute to the community, not only for the Jewish community, but the community at large.
People, when they're in charge of a large institution, sometimes a little bit about me gets into it. And he was never like that. If anything, he always underplayed how important he was.
That speaks volumes to the job he did, and that has rewarded both the foundation and the entire community.
I would bring him flowers and cookies and challah for Shabbos, just to lift his spirits a little bit. Every single week, Meyer would say to me, Avi, what about everybody else? I'm just one person in a big, in a big complex. If I get the cookies and I get the flowers, what's everybody else gonna get?
A little old lady that always gave generously every year. Small amounts, so none of the 5 or 6 organizations ever thought to say, oh wow, what do you want to do, long term. Thankfully, she worked with her attorney and then with us and created an endowment fund. But instead of $180 or $200 that she was giving, the first year that it started, every agency got $15,000. She wasn't even on my radar screen, said one. And that's where Meyer used to say, those are the people that you need to talk to. Any gift is a gift worth speaking to.
He didn't care what people gave as long as they could give what they could.
When I was a teenager, I think we were walking to the public library and somebody asked for money on the street. And my father gave it to them, and some other person came up and said, they're just gonna take it and buy drugs. My father took me aside and he said, Rebecca, we help every person we can. We don't know what's gonna happen, we don't know what they're gonna do with that money, but we're here to help.
He told me a quote that he really liked, and I told him a quote that I really liked. And he told me, he was like, yeah, send that to me, I would love to have it. And I remember sending it to him in a thank you email. And a few weeks later, I attended the scholarship reception, and in his speech, he actually shared that quote. So I do want to share that quote too with you all again tonight. It's by Wilfred Peterson, and it is, walk with the dreamers, the believers, the cheerful
planners, the doers, the successful people, with their heads in the clouds and their feet planted firmly. Let their spirit ignite a fire within you. Leave this world better than the way you found it. Better than the way you found it. Thank you.
With all his commitment, his leadership, his creative vision, his big heart, his caring and his humor, his presentations, his stories, Meyer has really made a difference in people's lives, and I miss him a great deal.
When someone leaves the group will never be the same without them. And the truth of the matter is the world will never be the same without Meyer.
I've been thinking a long time about how Meyer would want to be remembered, and I think it would be really important to him that he be remembered with kavod, which means honor and respect, for all that he was and all that he accomplished for so many people.
Maybe to those 3 words I told you to remember, maybe add a 4th word. Add love. Trust, generosity, faith, and love. And you know what? You don't even have to remember all 4 of them. Trust, generosity, faith, and love. Just remember one of them, because all of them will lead you to the same place. Thank you.